Good morning, all of you, and warmly welcome you all to the MSc second year. I am Dr. A. Kale. I will teach you course CHO 351 as per the new revised syllabus of 2019 pattern. The name of the topic which I will start right now, that is PMR spectroscopy or H1 NMR spectroscopy. I am Dr. A. Kale. I am Associate Professor of Chemistry. NMR spectroscopy you have studied, particularly the theoretical part of the PMR, CMR, and mass also you have studied in lower classes, particularly in the part 1, but the basic concept you have studied. Here you know that the spectroscopy is a very important technique which is used to study the interaction of EMR with the matter, which may result the absorption and transmission, emission and reflection, rotation of the EMR. Nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, that is NMR, is commonly known as the NMR spectroscopy of the PMR, CMR for carbon. The nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy technique, which is based on the absorption of electromagnetic radiation in the radio frequency region, ranges from 4 to 900 MHz with nuclei of atom. The PMR, that is proton nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, is one of the most powerful tools for elucidating the number of hydrogen or the proton in the organic compounds. Spectroscopy determines the physical and chemical properties of atom or the molecules in which they are contained and provide the detailed information about the structure, dynamics and reaction state, as well as the chemical environment of the molecule, that is nature of the proton. There are various kinds of nuclei are studied, particularly 1H, that is for PMR, 15 nitrogens NMR spectroscopy, 19 fluorine NMR spectroscopy, C13, that is CMR spectroscopy. In PMR particularly, or the magnetism in the nucleus, that is NMR, the spinning is observed. The spin quantum number is indicated by letter I, is related to the atomic and mass measurement of the nucleus. Here I is suppose half integer, then Z will be odd, A will be also odd number, that is having the spinning particularly in the proton or hydrogen, that is 1 that is Z and A both are odd. If half integer Z is odd and the value of A, that is atomic number, is U1, then the C13 carbon having 1 has magnetism. Value of Z is E1, A is odd, then that is deuterium 2H. And if the atomic mass and atomic number both are odd, that are observed in C12, where there is no spinning and not usually in PMR spectroscopy. Here, if an external magnetic field B0 is applied to that of the nuclei, any nuclei, particularly hydrogen nuclei, that gives a spin quantum number I is equal to 1 half, and possible orientation for this is the 1 half plus 1 is equal to 2, that is plus 1 half or minus 1 half. The minus 1 half having the spin state anti-parallel, and plus 1 half having the spin that is parallel. Here the number of orientation is calculated by 2i plus 1 formula. The principle involved in the NMR is any molecules in the ground state having the parallel orientation given in certain radiation, then the spinning of nucleus starts. A response of the radiation, the magnetism is produced in the nuclei. A applied magnetic field is called as H0, and secondary magnetic field which is generated by the molecule is called as sigma H0. Because of that, spinning parallel and anti-parallel direction starts. If there is no field, then will be electron spinning take place like this. If there is a magnetic field, then it will take place, goes in excited state, then that will be anti-parallelly in excited states, spinning take place. In parallel is spin when there is a low energy, and when there is high energy take place, spinning at excited state, that is anti-parallel way. Here you plot the energy, relative energy to that of the energy and magnetic field of field strength, then you will come to know that there is a spinning is B0 and B0, that is applied magnetic field. In some books it is given as H0 and sigma H0, that is secondary magnetic field generated. Particularly proton in PMR spectroscopy, it has the M is equal to plus 1 half spinning as parallel, and anti-parallel spinning is M is equal to minus 1 half. I is equal to 1 half, that is magnetism take place, and the energy gap between the ground state and excited state, that is the transport energy gap, which is called as delta E, and absorption molecule goes into the emitted state when applied magnetic fields. In NMR spectroscopy, generally tetramethylsilane, that is TMS, is used as internal standard. It is used as internal standard because delta value for TMS is found to be 0, and it gives a very single sharp peak because of the tail equivalent proton. Why TMS is used as internal standard? This is because the TMS is chemically inert, magnetically isotopes, very volatile, and soluble in most of the organic solvents. TMS gives very intense sharp signal. TMS can be easily removed from the sample solution since it is volatile. TMS contains silicon, a central atom, therefore it has a low electronegativity, and it may take any intermolecular association, may not take intermolecular association with the sample, therefore it is chemically inert, and that is used as internal standards. So it is upheld having delta value 0. Then after all the proton which you have to measure the spectra of PMR of any organic molecule that goes towards downfield, towards deshielded, that is the spectra, the graph intensity against the frequency, where it indicate the delta value 0 to another tail that goes down towards the downfield, that is from upfield to goes to the downfield, where TMS is internal standard. The chemical shift is very important because chemical shift is nothing but the frequency of sample to that of the frequency of reference divided by the frequency of the instrument used. Instrument used may there 100, 500, 1000 megahertz. The shielding proton and de-shielding proton are the two kinds of proton are there. The shielding proton is proton having high electron density around it, around the nucleus, shield the nucleus from external magnetic field, and such a proton gives a signal in upfield. Whereas a de-shielded proton shows lower electron density around it, that is de-shielded and goes toward the downfield when applied external magnetic field. So the value of suppose 7, 8, 9, that is the chemical shift value, and 10 onward up to tail, that is called downfield or de-shielded proton. When the value is 0, 1 and up to 2, say called as shielded proton, upfield proton, these are the lowest energy proton, shielded proton. Generally sp3 hybridized protons are shielded, and aromatic proton, then double bond containing protons, heteroatom containing protons are de-shielded. So with this we have concludes the thing what we discuss about the chemical shift and the basic concept of excitation or magnetism in the PMR spectroscopy. Remaining part we will discuss. Welcome to our lecture. In this class, I am Dr. A. Kale. To my last lecture, we discuss about the basic idea about PMR spectroscopy. Today we are going to discuss the proton NMR, splitting pattern and sets of proton with the basic example of ethanol. CH3 CH2OH is the formula of ethanol. Ethanol contains 3 sets of proton. One is CH3 as per n+1 rule. There is a 2 neighboring proton, therefore it gives the triplet because of CH3. Quartet is for CH2 due to 3 neighboring proton group CH3. And de-shielded OH having different chemical environment, that gives the singlet. A different chemical environment proton coupled, different magnetic environment protons also coupled. Number of sets is equal to that of number of signal. The number of signal indicate the different kinds of proton. Position of signal indicate this somewhat idea about chemical and environment of the proton. Relative intensity of the signal is proportional to the proton present in the signal. Splitting of signal, that is spin splitting, indicate the nature and number of nearby nuclei. n+1 rule is used to calculate the number of signal as well as splitting pattern of the proton while considering the neighboring hydrogen atom in the nuclei. Here n is the number of proton in nearby nuclei. If 0 atom is a neighbor, then n+1 is equal to 0 plus 1, that is equal to 1, that gives the singlet. If 1 proton is neighbor, then 1 plus 1, that is 2, gives the doublet. If 2 protons are there in the neighbor, that is 1 plus 2 plus 1, that gives the triplet. The spin coupling or splitting, that is nothing but interaction between the spin of the neighboring nuclei in the molecule may cause the splitting of NMR spectrum. The splitting pattern is related to the number of equivalent hydrogen atom nearby in the nuclei. For example, ethyl acetate. If you look at the spectra of ethyl acetate, there is the 3 kinds of the signal observed due to spin splitting pattern. For numbered carbon 3, that gives a singlet. Numbered carbon 1, that gives a singlet because it has no neighboring proton, only adjacent carbonyl group. Whereas the numbered 2, that gives the quartet because it contains 3 neighbor proton. And the carbon numbered at 3, that gives the triplet as shown in diagram because it has the 2 neighboring protons. Here the numbered proton 3, that gives the triplet is observed at 1.7. Then singlet is observed at the 2.0 ppm, and at 4.1 ppm, that will give the again quartet due to adjacent CH3 group. Rules for spin splitting we discuss that chemically equivalent proton do not couple or do not show spin splitting. Non-equivalent proton only couples. Here in this structure, HB couples with HC. HB and HA do not couple because they are equivalent. HC and HD do not couple because they are also equivalent. Proton indicate carbon. Normally we couple. Proton separated by 4 more bonds will not couple. And this is a splitting pattern observed. Splitting where it is not observed because separated by 4 bonds. The origin of signal splitting, that depends upon the origin of the signal splitting pattern, which each arrow represent HB nuclear spin orientation. Here in the structure, first there is HA having one neighbor HB. Because of HA gives the parallel spin and because of HB gives the antiparallel spin, therefore that gives a doublet. When there is a 2 equivalent protons are neighbor, that is HB dash, then that gives the triplet, and triplet here having the integral ratio 1:2:1. When there is a 3 protons are their neighbor with HA, for example HB dash, HB double dash, then that gives the integral ratio of 1:3:3:1, and that is the quartet. Here the coupling constant is expressed in terms of the Hertz and it is denoted by letter J. The coupling constant is nothing but a separation distance between the peak in a given multiplet, that is expressed in terms of J. This is then we discuss would like to talk about the instrumentation part of PMR spectroscopy. There are the following units are included. First is called sample tube, permanent magnet coil, sweep generator, radio frequency transmitter, radio frequency receiver, readout unit. A sample tube is kept in between a powerful electromagnet or superconducting magnet which is having parallel radio frequency input oscillator that gives the direct current converted to radio frequency output receiver that will be connected to the recorder or receiver. Receiver can record the spectra in the form of the peaks and of the spectra. Sample tube used there is generally inert as shown in the diagram and transparent, having 8.5 cm long and approximately 0.3 cm diameter. The sample probe is having a capacity to revolve 100 revolutions per minute. Permanent magnet usually is having homogeneous nature and is about 60 to 100 megahertz. Magnet coils usually they are provide the current flow through them. Sweep generator is produce equal amount of magnetic field pass through the sample. Radio frequency transmitter is also used there. Radio frequency receiver is as shown in the figure, that is the receiver, the observing coils is kept in between the north and south poles magnets. Then radio signal detector recording systems are there. We can record the signal by using the amplifier. The applications of PMR spectroscopy. PMR spectroscopy is useful for structural elucidation of organic and inorganic compounds, particularly inorganic compounds. What type of, if there is a CH3, CH2, CH or carbon tetravalent nature, that type of the protons lies in the organic compound, and their numbers and their arrangement nature can be detected by PMR spectroscopy. Also, the physical and chemical properties also determined by this PMR spectroscopy. It is very useful in the medicinal field because of the anatomical imagination, anatomic study. Also, it is used in the physiological functions of the body. Also used for angiographic study, tissue perfusion studies, to identify the nature of tumors, MRI study, or the MRI study, as well as the brain investigations, that is stem and spinal cords, abdomen's investigation, that is metabolic diseases, liver diseases, also chronic inflammation caused in the abdomens, the kidney functioning and kidney transplantation operation is assigned or detected by using the PMR spectroscopy. Distinguish the renal cortex as well as medulla nature in the kidney. They differentiate between the benign prostatic hyperplasma and prostatic carcinoma called in the pelvis of the human being, that can be detected by using the PMR spectroscopy. So we today discuss the importance, examples and splitting, spin splitting, coupling constant and application of PMR spectroscopy. We stop now here. Thank you all.